This one right here is gonna bless some people, I promise you. This one right here is going to hit home. I know it did for me. You fight until the finish. Well, what do you mean by fighting until the finish, Horace? Just the other day, last night to be exact, there I was in a proverbial awakening of the night, and I was thinking to myself, there's no way I'm gonna accomplish this goal. I was setting this goal for myself that I had been shooting for quite some time, to write $10,000 in bonusable premium with my business. For those of you who don't understand, that's perfectly fine, but the principle, the concept is going to hit home for you. Have you ever had a goal that you wanted to accomplish so bad, and it seems as if when you got almost neck and neck with it, almost right there before you would get directly up on it, it's almost as if you had nowhere to go, and that you were about to slip away from accomplishing that goal? Well, that's where I stood at right then and there. And I was thinking to myself, I cannot get it done. What am I going to do? I was leaving from Applebee's, and I had pretty much faced what I would like to call defeat. But something in my mind, something said to me, but Horace, what would a champion do? And then I brushed it off quickly. I said to myself, oh no, that's ridiculous. What am I thinking about? What? I don't have anywhere to go, anyone to call. I don't have any leads, nothing. And something came back to me and it said, but what would a champion do? Now I want you to ask yourself that question. What would a champion do? We're looking at the finals right now in the NBA. You're seeing a bunch of basketball players, but there are only very few. There's only one team that will ever surmount to becoming a champion for the finals. And when you think about what a champion would do, a champion would keep on fighting regardless of the circumstance. Even if they're 20 down with seconds to go. And here I was feeling like I was 20 down with seconds to go. But guess what? I went home, I began to play around with some ideas, some things, and I kept on fighting. And I would have you know that it's the inches, it's those small, tiny things that you do that make the difference between the one who becomes a champion and the one who just spectates or talks about what they could have or they should have done at one point in time. And I accomplished that goal. I'm reminded of a video that I saw once, perhaps you've seen on Facebook, with a guy who was boxing and in the middle of the match broke his arm. And this guy is getting whooped on by this other guy who has two able-bodied arms, and he's beating him up. He's smacking him around. But the guy does not give up. He does not stop fighting. And almost out of nowhere, he hits the guy with a right hook, a left hook, whichever arm was working. And the guy goes down, the crowd goes wild. It's almost miraculous. And it had to do with everything about that guy continuing to fight. You see, when you get to those low points, the difference between what makes a champion and what makes a spectator, what makes someone that takes flight and what makes someone that turns around, is simply if you keep on fighting to the finish. I encourage you, keep on fighting until the finish. Be blessed, be encouraged, and as always, stay focused, my good people.